Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of The Dinosaur and the Dude, the only podcast with the shittiest audio but the most amazing content. Thank you all for tuning in to listen wherever you are and however you're accessing us. We appreciate your time and we appreciate your interest in us. So sit back and relax, or if you're driving, enjoy the ride as you listen to another amazing episode.
Holy
So what I'm
fuck.
saying is that I don't really know what's going. I think that maybe
No.
my computer is possessed. I don't know
No.
what's happening.
Holy
Okay.
fuck. Okay.
Yeah. So
in
should
case
I
you
go
haven't
ahead and say
wondered,
that again?
in case you are trying to figure it out, this is The Dinosaur and the Dude, the podcast. And quite frankly, across the globe, you go fucking search. This is the podcast
So true.
with the shittiest audio but the most amazing content.
God,
And
we would be awesome
got-
if we could just figure it out.
no, we would become way too bougie and never talk to each other again. If
You
we-
think so? I
I'm
don't
getting
know.
manic.
I would send you wine coolers every week, knowing
See?
that you might
See?
drink them or might not,
See, that's what I'm talking about. We'd get bougie.
and some moon pies,
Yeah, right. Over the top
Bartles
bougie.
and James, and some moon pies.
Fucking Boone's Farm and moon pies.
Fucking Boone's Farm was.
So this
stuff
is
that
the
dreams are made of.
dinosaur,
That's me.
and I'm the dude. And we went ahead. Most of the time, we have like a pre-post conversation, and we're talking about stuff, and we're doing things, and we're trying
Look,
to.
I don't know what I did wrong, because all I said was that you were trying to reach out to Tina Turner to do something.
No.
with it. And then I thought it's RuPaul, and then for just a split second, I thought,
Yeah, I said RuPaul. Then somehow that became Tina Turner. I was like, that's not gonna work because I just, she died, R.I.P. And then you
Yeah, I'm
and
an
maybe
asshole.
I blacked out a little. But did you mentioned you're having a medium come over?
No, not come over to my house.
Oh.
See, that's the thing; they can do shit with their minds. So
Right.
I'm gonna have a Zoom call with the medium on Monday. It's just for 30 minutes, but we're gonna see if there's anything that she picks up, because she doesn't know me.
Hold on, I'm fucking digesting that.
And I found her on TikTok. Yay for TikTok!
Holy shit! I said, hold on, I'm digesting that.
No,
So
I just wanted to squirt that goodness back in your throat.
yeah, no, you shot all of it in my throat.
You didn't gag either, so good for you.
All
I would definitely
didn't care.
gag.
You didn't care if I was either. So you found okay. Let me back up and see if I can, pun intended, channel your train of thought. You were sitting around and you were like, I wonder if I can get you know what? I need a medium. Maybe they can tell me what the fuck's going on.
Right. Is TikTok showing up for me today? That's the question.
And then you're on TikTok and boop, as if they were already knowing that's what you were wanting. A medium revealed themselves to you and said, hey, let's do Zoom. And you were like, cool. So
yeah, and
tomorrow,
her name was Miss Cleo, so I figure I gotta go for it.
Yeah. So you figure, so
I see where you would come to this conclusion, but it's a little bit different than that. So
yeah,
I was scrolling on
this
TikTok.
this is completely my really, really, really paper mache and duct tape version of what happened. It's not.
Well, I didn't get a message
actual.
from a medium. I didn't I was just scrolling through and I was looking at videos and I saw this one lady, and okay, you got to be easy. Okay, be easy.
I'm super
Her
easy right
name
now.
is the Jesus Medium. Okay, stop.
Wait, you're telling me to stop? I haven't said
Yeah.
anything.
I know.
I'm totally taking this in.
Just
I'm taking
taking
this
it
in.
in.
It's the
The Jesus Medium. That's who she is on TikTok. And
wait. Did she say that, or did you just read it as that? Are you sure it's not Jesus?
It could be. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know
cool.
where she's from.
But I'd rather go with Jesus. Okay,
if she was in Texas, You never
Okay,
know.
cool. Whatever. Yeah. The
Um,
Jesus medium.
yep. So, and she was on there, and she does what's called spirit led. So if a spirit comes forward and they try to say, "Hey, I'm here to speak to
Mm-hmm.
whoever," or
Ba-da-da.
whatever. So
Ba-da-ba-da. Yeah.
right. And so she was picking up on this person, and apparently this mom's son died 2 weeks ago today.
Okay.
And the medium picked up on him, and she was giving
Mm-hmm.
him information and like doing the whole thing. And then it came to find out that the son was murdered. And she
Oh.
said, out of respect for you and what we could uncover, I want to take this offline. I'm not going to charge you for it. It's just we just don't need to do this here. Um, but she did say that her son said that there would be an arrest soon. So
Oh.
I don't really know what that means, but anyway. And I thought it's
So
$25 for 30 minutes, and I
that was
thought,
what I was gonna ask.
yeah, it's $25 for 30 minutes, and I'm just curious, so I'm gonna do it.
So okay, so are you saying that you're just curious, just to, you know, broad, just cover the bases, or are you like kind of curious in regard to a specific thing?
Yeah, like I want to find out if that boy was murdered.
Wait, so you're gonna get a medium and ask about somebody else?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
That's kind of, is there a medium client privilege? I don't know. I don't know. It's like,
I don't
hey,
know how
can
that
you look
works.
on this other family? Not mine. Can you look on this other person? Not me. Tell me if, like, you're using a medium to get gossip on someone else. That's
Right. I need
hilarious.
you to tell me about people in my past to see if they're really happy or if they're not really happy, or
Right.
did they make poor
Holy
choices and
fuck.
they know it?
Holy fuck. Watch me tie in last episode. You need to ask the medium, hey, so can you get to that Native American person that I thought was related
Right. Just
to?
ask that bitch. Come on.
See if am I really Native American-y, or what, how much Native American does do I have?
I think that really what we need to do is channel that person in, if that person exists, and just say, "Hey, do you know these people? Are these your descendants?" And she'll be like, "Fuck no."
Yeah. She was like, I hate pictures. I don't even know why they had me in that.
Watch a show. Yeah, exactly. She just never trust a white man.
Right.
Fair.
Oh,
Fair.
oh yeah, fair. Jesus. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll report back on how it is.
Oh my God.
I
Cool.
mean, it's going to be a Zoom meeting. I don't know. I don't know much about that, but I didn't do a
Well,
lot of
yeah,
Zooming.
it's only so much you can take from that. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue
Oh, me
whatsoever.
neither. I just want to
I
see what
don't
happens.
know. Yeah. I don't know what's how I don't know how channeling and all that works. I've seen people do it. I've seen people do it on TV and talk shows and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know the art of being a medium.
Oh
Is
no, I
there
wish I
one?
did. I wish I did know the art.
Yeah,
That
like
would be amazing.
how do you become a medium? Is it, from what I've from what I've understood, it's something you just have. It's something you
Right.
that just happens, and you have the gift.
I
I'm
wonder if
trying
it could
not to.
also be a trauma response. Like some people can just like all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, like you tap into something almost.
Right.
Yeah, um I don't know. I don't know. I've assumed that it's something that you are gifted with in some capacity. Either you inherit it from a family member, or what? Hold on a second.
Yep.
Let's restart
Why?
because your connection is going in and like your icon is getting wavy and then it reconnects. So I don't want to miss anything that you're saying.
I haven't said anything yet, so you know.
Oh, okay. So in any case, some people have it and it's traumatic. Some people are born with it and it's traumatic. I've heard like the onset of being a medium is kind of traumatic. It's traumatizing
Right.
because you're just you're just at a fire hose of paranormal information that's just flowing towards you at all
Unless you
times.
were born with it. I mean, not born, like maybe born with it, but picking it up at a very young age where it's so, you can't even remember not doing it, you know?
Right. But even then, my assumption, I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to run in my family, but I don't fucking know. Um,
Maybe I'm not real.
you're not you're not like when you're born with it, it's just happening all the time and you don't really know what the fuck's happening. You're just talking to people that aren't there and
Right.
you haven't really refined the skill and been able to control it, harness and whatnot in order to make sense of what the fuck's going on. You know, why great granny Fanny is talking to me and she told me that your biscuits still suck. Uh, like, what? Why are you telling me this? You're five. How do you know your great granny Fanny? You know, stuff like that.
You're like, we
And
be chilling.
right, yeah,
Don't you worry
like
about
that's
it.
your invisible friend. And you're like, what? How are you? That's not that's not right. Um, so who knows? That's going to be great. I'd love to know what happens. Of course, like uh, what happens on a 30-minute Zoom session with a medium.
I don't
Uh,
know. Well, I'll let you know. I mean, it'll be interesting.
yeah, to say the
Or it
least, it's
won't
going to
be. I'll
be.
be like, you got
Yeah, right,
nothing.
right.
You're
Like
welcome for
you're
the $25 donation,
right. You're
which
full
is
of
fine. I mean,
shit.
I've spent more than that on a beer tab, at a bar.
Okay.
So
when you when you when you weigh the equivalent,
it's
spent
like
more
going
on beer.
gambling. Just walk up to the machine, throw $20 at it, and walk away. You're fine.
Yeah. So I've drank more than this medium session, so I'm good. I can't
I mean,
really.
I've wasted money, trust.
Right, I can't really be mad at you if you come up with nothing.
I mean, I used
Well,
to like
cool.
Starbucks, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
kind of a
yeah.
waste.
Yeah, true. Yeah, if you go in there, yeah, you're right. Uh, well, cool.
So,
Uh-oh.
what's up?
I don't know. I was hearing beeping.
Yeah, my
Um,
phone. I don't know.
oh, okay. So yeah. Um, what was the?
What
So
are we talking about today?
we were, well, we got to go with our base thing, elderly, and
Right. Because we're
yeah,
so consistent on that one.
yeah. I mean, we've neglected it in
That's fair.
considerable time with
I
the
agree.
latest episode. So I'll kick off with elderly update. So they're still kicking, and
Reporting to you from my fucking
right,
microphone.
right, reporting to you from elderly ground zero. They're still kicking.
We are close to the
Yeah,
gates of something. I can feel it.
yeah, right, yeah, but the
um,
description is kind of vague. So
right. We don't know which way.
when the
We're
vision
waiting
is
for that
clear,
light to go off on that elevator.
yeah, when the vision is clear, we'll let you know. You guys, I don't
Any
know. I've
more
been
Family
frustrated.
Feud stuff?
Yeah, it's always on. It's always
Of
fucking on.
course it
I
is.
it's so bizarre because yeah, I mean, it's sort of like it's a really really bad type of I'm into time travel, but this is a really really bad type of time travel because it's just reruns on a television. You can you could turn the channel, but no, you're gonna
I'm
come
waiting for your
down.
dad to turn around and be like, I remember back in 1982, this
Right.
episode.
When back back when Steve Harvey wasn't host. What? Oh. So yeah, it's kind of weird because you're like always coming down. Yeah, this. Yeah, they're not gonna win. No, how do you know they're
We've
not
seen
gonna
this.
win? They're just not gonna fucking win. I
I
don't know
feel
what
it. You
to
should
tell
tell him, like, the spirits tell me.
you. Right? Check it out.
Just fucking go with it, you know?
Check it out. I talked to a medium for 30 minutes, and
Oh, I see what you
here's what
did.
happens. Here's what happens. Yeah, for my medium, for my medium session, I just wanted to know all of the Family Feud episodes.
We gotta
That's
tap
for
into
my
this. I mean, this is
yeah
potential.
that's for my $25, man. I just want to know all the Family Feud episodes.
It's potential content.
So oh no, absolutely it is.
Right.
Absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind.
Also, I had
Um,
some Kool-Aid, cool weed, a whatever that was.
no, I got you. I got
Okay,
you on the
cool.
first. I got you on the first attempt.
There you go.
so, so yeah,
Whew.
yeah, they're hanging in there. I think that for me, it's back to I've gotten back into the trough again in regards to the I don't know what to call it. It's the home care services. They
Oh,
really
okay.
they really have um, they really know what they're doing in the sense
Yes.
that they know that you don't have that many options other than them,
Right.
and so it kind of sets the tone in regards to the level of service you get, but it also breaks down where you find that their own workers don't know what some of the office level people are doing, and they're kind of also in the lurch a lot of times, and just trying to figure out, okay, I guess I'm going here, I guess I'm working with these people, and it's kind of sucks because you start to like the people but not the
Right.
company as
Right.
much. And so, like, hey, this therapist is great, and we got a good rapport with this therapist, and we like this dude, and this chick's great, and da 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 da. But your company fucking sucks. I hate you.
That's why a lot of them go private.
Yeah, and I guess that's that. I guess that's the case. I guess a lot of them go private for that very reason. Sure.
Hmm.
Um,
I used to be an office manager at an in-home caregiving place.
I think so. For me, I think the problem that I have with services like that um, is when they decide to do things and you find out after the fact. And so, for instance, we're told in the beginning of the service, okay, you're going to receive this many weeks of therapy sessions and this many weeks of whatever, this many days in those weeks.
Right.
And so you're left with that assumption, and you're going with that. You're planning your week, you're doing your thing, you're whatever whatever. Um, but what you end up finding out is that's not the case. That something along the way changed, and you weren't told, and this, that, or the other. But hey, um, what's really happening is this, and you find out in a letter, and it's like, I don't know, 12 weeks past the time you were told the first round of what it is you're going to be experiencing. So you never really think about it changing or being different until after you're already in the process of therapy. And so now it changes, and you're like, okay, well, I didn't know this was going to change. Why were you telling us one thing and now it's another? and it's a whole different story. And oh well, because of this and then that, and we're doing this and that, and we can't do this forever. Well, yeah, we know you can't do it forever. What the fuck are you talking about? This is
Is this a state agency?
no. This is it's not a state agency. It's it's the same group that we originally started with. That it's you call it up. You know, it's a it's pretty private. I thought it was pretty private. It's not through it's not through his insurance or anything like that. But they do get approval as because they bill. They do get approval and they bill his insurance and talk to the general physician, his doctor, and a cardiologist if necessary, and neurologist if necessary, that kind of thing. But it's just so interesting how it's a reoccurring it's a reoccurring scenario that I find um, people are in, and I guess elderly, but I'm assuming all age groups are susceptible to it. Where if a healthcare provider finds that you are in a position where, hey, it's only four services like this in your area, they already know your pickings are slim.
Right. You have
You
limited
know,
options as it is.
yeah. So if you piss off one, now you're down to three. So
Right.
tread lightly. Oh, and your insurance only lets you have half the benefits of two of them, and full benefits of one, and it's so weird that
It's a lot of
they.
bullshit, and that people, the consumer, which would be you and
Hmm.
your family,
Hmm.
um, y'all really shouldn't have to be made to deal with that. You're already dealing with a lot.
Yeah, it's a weird scenario. It's a weird play of, I don't want to say it's like a play of power or something like that, but it's sort of weird in the sense that you start off with you start off with something and then you find out midway that yeah, it's not going to end exactly like you talked about. You're still getting billed for it, but we're going to do the billing a
We're
little
just not
bit
going to
different.
do it.
Yeah, we're going to do the billing a little bit different. In the last two sessions, we're going to be watching you guys to see if you do what we do, but you do it the way that we would approve, because we're going to be leaving you to doing it yourself. The fuck? What was that? What was that?
But you're
An
still going to be
English?
billing me?
Yeah,
No,
exactly. You're gonna
incorrect.
you're gonna come and just sort of supervise what we're doing to make sure that we're doing it like the licensed therapist,
Right.
but we're not
So,
licensed.
did you smell
So
that?
yes, it's called bullshit.
It's called insurance fraud.
Mm, even better. I brought that up. I'm gonna tell you something. How to disconnect real quick. Just mention,
I know you know that I know that you know.
yeah, just mention, just don't even say insurance fraud. Just say it sounds fraudulent. Man, that room gets quiet as fuck.
So
That
it's funny
shit.
that you say that, and it's weird that this conversation came up. But this past week, I had to call the podiatrist office that did my surgery and
Mm-hmm.
tell them that I got a bill for something for that I never got,
Yeah.
and so I didn't know what it was. They go, oh well, no, we just pushed it through because we were going to see if they were going to pay for it, and then we were going to
Huh?
get it to you. And I was like, no,
Wait,
that's not
what?
how that works.
We
And
just did it to see?
yeah, we just submitted the claim just to see if they would cover it. I'm like, isn't that what pre-authorization is for? And
We,
and
we,
I said, I know that there's like some weird billing stuff because I've already been contacted by the insurance company and they wanted to find out if I've gotten this service and this service, something with this pharmacy,
yeah.
this local town pharmacy is like doing some stuff that they shouldn't with this insurance company and this doctor's office. So they're billing the insurance, and the insurance doesn't know that they're actually not doing it for the client. They're just, it's a racket. So, and I said, you know, about like the pharmacy and she goes, I don't know anything about that. And I was like, okay, well, that's why I'm calling and asking, do I need to be concerned? Do I need to contact the insurance company? You know, I mean, I don't know. Is this fraudulent? You know, what is it? And she shut it down. She was like, I don't know about anything like that. But anyway,
Right.
I was like, oh no.
As soon as you say fraudulent, as soon as you say it seems a little fraudulent, it doesn't seem like, because, or as soon as you give the definition or an example that, if you give an example that only concludes to being fraud, shit gets shut down real quick. You can't reach that person anymore. They're always out of office,
For sure.
and they always have a means of let me get back to you later kind of
Escape.
approach to everything. Or, you know what? I heard what you said in the last phone call, and I feel like Hillary would be a better person to discuss that with you.
Right.
They have
And Hillary
more,
don't know shit. She's the
they
janitor.
have more, they have more experience in that focus that you're talking about. And then you talk to Hillary, she's like, hi, this is Hillary. Yeah, I just started last week. What
Right.
what do you need?
I'm like,
are you having problems
don't
with
send me
filling
to
out
Hillary
forms?
unless Hillary's your attorney.
No, I don't have problems filling out forms, Hillary. What did Jackie tell you? She just said you're a concerned customer. Oh, okay, good.
Great.
So she told you fuck all. Got it. Got it.
I've actually gotten off the phone and went to the doctor's office at that point. I've done that before. It was about a refund for about $800. So I was like, kind of important.
Oh man, that scheduling can be up in the air, but that billing always on point. It is always on point. It is never delayed.
Well, mine was being
Only
really
time
proactive, trying to get billed.
Only time it's delayed. Only time it's delayed is when it's coming back to you.
Yeah.
If like you're supposed to get a refund, or you know what, we overcharged, we're gonna have that sent right back to you. It can
took
take
2 months.
up to it could take up to 2 months, at the very least 2 weeks before you see it in your account as a draft.
Wait a second. Nope, that's 4 months.
But you pulled it out of my account in 2 days. Well, we can always receive. It's the sending part.
Right. It's the, hey, robbing Peter to pay Paul, huh?
It's the sending part. So you're just
so
going
the
to
date of service was on January 9th, and I just got it about 2 weeks ago. So that's 4 months.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like they'll say that, and you're just like, okay, so you're gonna auto draft it to my account. No, see, we have to mail it to you.
We have to mail a check, and that check is printed on special paper that is made with the spit of blessed Hondurans that live in this region of the blah 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 whatever, and they don't have a mail service. So we have to actually hand hike those out of the region ourselves. And so it takes a little bit of time.
Don't forget the ink. The ink is made with the oils from live ostriches. We have to.
And they're located in the jungle of Peru.
And let me tell you, they're never happy to give up their oils.
Logistics is an issue.
Yeah. You have to rub them, and you have to wait till
you have to rub them, but not too hard.
Yeah.
Oh no. No.
Yeah, so it's just a bunch of it's just a lot of that nonsense, and the whole the illnesses and all that kind of stuff. That always plays, the conditions always play a role, a part, or whatever. It's the adding on to the people you have to interact with. It's just
on the daily on their behalf.
Well, yeah, it's that, and it's that, and it's also like just, ugh. Weren't you? You were here. You were here. Why are you asking me the same questions over and over?
Honey, it's because they don't know.
Like every time they come to the house, it's always like,
Oh,
so
I thought you were talking about your parents. I was like,
well, no, them too, but I see that now. Okay, them too.
I'm like, damn, man,
yeah, but like
be easy.
the caregivers will come out and say, okay, so has he fallen at any time?
Like,
Look,
don't you think
since
I'd have fucking wrote that down somewhere, bitch? Put it on a post-it note, maybe on top of the fridge or on the fridge.
you mean since last week when you were here? I mean, oh
Right,
no, wait, you come twice a week, so you
right.
mean since Tuesday?
I'm like, check
No,
your book, bitch.
he
Hello.
hasn't fallen since. Okay, so and I love these. So, when was his last bowel movement? Is he No, it's always is he constipated?
Right.
And I tell you, this is the answer. I say no, but my mom says yes.
Oh, of course.
Because she's
And when's the last time that she changed him?
she's so controlling, right?
Of course.
She wants dude to shit every day.
She wants to do that?
Like who wants that? Why?
No,
Why
does she really want to do that for him?
It's like that's not right if he's not. It's like no, that's okay. That's okay. Okay. I tell you what we're not gonna do. We're not going to give him anything that forces that to happen. I'll tell you what's not gonna happen.
Oh my
right
God,
there.
your mom cracks me up.
Like what the why? Yeah, there's that. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Mike, hold on.
Oh, no, minute. Okay, y'all. So while he's gone, I just wanted to tell you, if you're on the highway and you're driving like a pull behind camper or like a tour bus style camper for, whatever, or if you're a fucking rock star and you have one of those big ass rigs, don't get mad at me during rush hour traffic when you can't get over in time during a construction zone. So if that's the case, then you don't have, I get it. You're trying to get there before it gets dark and all that mess. But I have to battle this bullshit every day. So you don't have any right over me. I feel sorry for you and I wish I could fix it, but I can't. That's all you need to know. I said it. Dude.
Hold on, my shit just locked up. No, I'm not talking about. I know that's perfect timing after constipation, but my shit just.
Why is it locking up? I can still hear you, and I'm showing that you're still recording.
Yeah, I know. My screen is locked up, and my mouse is gone.
Yeah, don't rock the boat. Just go with it.
No, my shit is.
It's because you were talking about the doctor's office and the place. That's what happens. Right. Okay, they know about you. They've been listening this whole fucking time.
They're like, okay, we're gonna cut the Bluetooth off your mouse.
They're hacking into your Wi-Fi right now.
Now what? Hold on.
No. Did you hear my diatribe about the camper?
Yes. Oh no, it's all heard in recording. It's just my shit is locking up.
No, I'm saying, did you hear it, or were you doing something else?
Oh no, I heard it. Yeah, I heard it with the brick, whatnot.
The brick?
Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, you son of a bitch.
It always ends in disappointment.
You hoe.
Is that what I'm hearing?
You hoe.
No. What'd you do?
My computer.
Apparently it's not because we're talking.
Starting.
And we're recording.
Starting. Yeah. I
know. This is so typical.
Weird as shit.
Interesting. Because if we weren't connected, I wouldn't be able to hear you or talk to you. Obviously. Oh no. Are you there? I think I just lost you.
Okay, so apparently when you talk about mediums, your shit starts to fuck about. So I don't know what that was all about, but my shit started fucking about after
Your
saying
shit
that.
got cursed.
Like, what are the medium gonna do off of Zoom? Hey, where's my mask? Like I didn't want to stop our conversation at all. So I didn't
You
let
just
any of that be
paranormally
known.
got bitch slapped by
I didn't
medium.
let you know any of that shit, but I don't know if you could hear like clicks, random clicks going on.
No.
That was all me banging the fuck out of my mouse trying to get it to, like it disappeared from the screen. I couldn't control shit. And I'm just like, okay,
So,
no
it
way.
finally cut you off right whenever I was saying that obviously we have a connection because I can hear you and you can hear me and we can talk to each other, And
Yeah.
then that's whenever I went, fuck, you just dropped.
Yeah, no, and I could hear you. That was the other thing. It's like my shit went like to shut down, but we were still talking. I was like, okay, I don't know how this is happening. The
Right.
screen is blank and it's saying, okay, I'm just, you know what? If a hand comes out of my screen right now, you know what? I'm just gonna let it. I'm just gonna let it come on out and we'll do whatever.
Actually, what I think happened was it was those apocalyptic alien show
Dude,
that
dude. Oh my
they've
God.
been paying
I was
attention
just
to.
gonna say, can we go? I was gonna say, that's
I did it
enough
for
about
you,
the
boo boo. I
elderly.
got you.
It's enough about the elderly. Can we just talk about our own existence for a minute?
Hold on,
So,
let me do say something about the elderly real quick.
oh
I've
yeah,
actually
yeah.
been to my mother's apartment twice this week. So
Oh wow.
progress. Yeah. She was
Okay.
having a problem with her
Wow.
TV. Yeah, I know. I know. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole I wouldn't call you if I could fix it myself, I just can't. If you have time during the day, can you come over and look at my TV? That kind of
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
She's like, my TV doesn't work, and we've been messaging back and forth. We're not back
Oh.
to exactly where we were, but
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay. Boundaries are good still,
Yeah,
and
you
we're just
started.
kind of taking it from
Nah, that's
there.
awesome. That's
I
awesome.
know. Thank you. I really
I
appreciate that.
You had asked um, earlier, and maybe it's a. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna leave
No, no,
it.
no. You can't do
I'm
that
gonna
to me
leave it.
because
I'm
now
gonna
my
leave it
my.
to. I'm gonna leave it pre-pod. Um,
Okay, okay, okay. That's fair. That's
I
fair. But just
honestly,
write it down. Write it down so that we can talk about it after this episode.
yeah, because I've been trying to figure it out. I thought about making a
Oats.
oats about it, yeah, but then I was like,
Ooh,
no, I don't know if that'll be too deep or not. But in any case,
that's
talk
what she
about
said.
deep.
Mm-mm.
Talk about deep. I wish she said. I wish she said. Damn it. I wish some she's said. God damn. So yeah, segueing from elderly off of the that's what she said. Yeah, so far on the she said scene, I've it's only been elderly people
Oh,
making making little come hither remarks to me. So
well, that's not as sexy as it could be, but
there
you
there
enjoy that.
there's that. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I saw pictures of Martha Stewart, so whatever.
Yeah, no, no, no.
So
No, I
anyway,
can't. Yep.
um, we've talked about before. Yeah, no segue for this at all. We've talked about before and mentioned it, and then I mentioned it at one point to you to check it out, and we
And
got
I
into other
did.
stuff. We got it. Well, we got into other stuff like the witch and Killer Sally and all that other really really good stuff. Um, but then we started to dip our toes into
Say it.
oh man, like there's a show and there's some of the things that I've watched before, read, noticed, looked at, whatever you want to call it, have kept some of the things that I've kept uh, close and dear in regards to paranormal, not necessarily paranormal, but just very, very unexplained shit that
Sure.
really is one of those things where people could benefit from it, but there's something about it. So this is more stuff that leans into the conspiracy, less paranormal, but more conspiracy stuff. And there is the Ancient Apocalypse series. Uh, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but it's Ancient Apocalypse, and for some reason I just had to have the fucking intro play on my phone right there. I swear it's that I swear it's that
I'm
medium.
telling you, it's it's not. It's the aliens.
Oh, and it's the aliens and the medium had a little group sex, and they said, "Let's get this fucker."
They were
So
like, "Hey, since we're meeting for coffee anyway, can we just fuck with some
right,
people? We're the
right.
chosen ones."
You got the ships, we got the vision. Let's do this shit. So Graham Hancock is a guy. He does this show,
Is that what his
Ancient.
name is? He's really
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. He's so I don't want to say follow because it sounds cultish, but I've really
A
taken a note
creeper.
to the yeah, I've really taken a note to his stuff in the past, and it's not a biased kind of thing when I say I really like him in all of his shit. I believe it's just that he comes at he goes and finds out things in a way that I would, in the sense that he's never professed to being a scientist. He's always said he's an investigator, he's a journalist, and but yet a lot of scientists hate the fuck out of him.
Yeah, I
And
think it's
all the
because he just likes to dig. He loves to dig
yeah,
in.
yeah. I think that he's to me it's always one of those things when one person says, "Hey, yeah, but what about," and then the group says, "No, we gotta
Shut up.
blacklist this. Yeah, we gotta shut this fucker down." Like when the group reacts to this one, I always go, what's up with
Right.
that? What's up with that? Because
Well, and
this
he has a
one could,
lot of good arguments too.
yeah, because this
He's
one
well
could
spoken.
say, something. Well, it's a British accent, right? This one could say
Fair.
something. We covered that part.
He
The
does
one
have
could
good
say,
teeth though. I mean, they're a
yeah,
little
he
coffee
does.
stained, but they're good.
Yeah, well, tea. Um,
Oh, that's true.
because the one could really be saying, you know what? Hey, I think aliens come to this planet because we have the best lollipops in the universe. And, the group could be like, whatever, fucker.
They
But
think that they
this,
come here because they're trying to fuck with our audio.
right, exactly. That's
Hello.
proven. We just proved that. But this one is saying stuff that they don't even they they don't even want to acknowledge, and they try to refute, and then they don't grant him access. They don't want certain things to be known that is right there. So it's like, okay, I'm dating this ground, and it's showing that it's things that are much, much older, civilization.
Oh my
Okay,
God, you said dating this ground. I was like, yeah, freak. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
It was a hole in the ground, and you had to fuck it. So,
And that
yeah,
is the
it's like,
center of the earth.
yeah, right. Yeah. So you saw that clip. Okay, great. Beautiful. So you're seeing this guy, and he's out with other scientists in other countries, and they're just like, yeah, we've had this information for decades, and nobody's coming out here. Nobody wants to see this. Nobody
It's
wants
like they
to.
stopped on purpose and just
Yes.
like went away.
Yes. And so then you're watching these accounts and facts and testimonies from different people and different scientists and different archaeologists. And it's almost one of those things where you can't help but think, okay, you are a scientist on a hill in a small country. We are a part of a huge nation. We can filter out what information we want to be in our schools and the information that we just like
Obviously.
that we're
Hello.
just like, nah, we're gonna keep that out because that means we aren't as smart and powerful and all knowing as we are building ourselves up to be. Because it gets to the point where you're trying to understand something. Like,
This is overflowing into something that's a very hot topic right now. The whole school situation, what can
oh,
be
well,
taught,
yeah,
what can be said, what can be blah, 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 blah.
but I think that that's always been there. I think that it's sort of like what somebody is, what people have asked me before. It's like, oh my God, there's so many shootings, there's so many murders, there's so many wrecks, there's so many disasters happening. I don't, I can't really say there is or isn't. I think though that it the appearance of things can seem like more when the access to those things are more available. Whereas before, like when my parents had a fucking TV, it's three channels. You know what I'm
Hey, big
saying?
spender.
Yeah, it's three channels in black and white. Good luck trying to figure out
Damn.
where your news is coming from. Okay.
I think you're the
Whereas
same
now,
age as me, dude. Okay.
whereas now, you've got fuck ton, and
Oh, yeah. On what
I'm
platform? I mean, pick
yeah,
one.
I'm rounding down when I say a fuck ton of news outlets, media sources, people shooting their own video. Fuck media, fuck news outlets. They're shooting their own video and posting
Social
it.
media.
You've got so many ways to ingest media that it does seem like there's a disaster here, there's a disaster there, there's shootings here, 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 here. I think that shit's been around. It's just nobody was able to document it all. It, it,
Fair. Hey,
or
a sidebar. Do you
Mhm.
use Reddit?
uh not personally.
I fucking love Reddit.
Reddit is, yeah, it's
It's a whole rabbit hole in itself.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I think that for me, that's where the rub comes with people like Hancock and others. It's harder now to keep that information from getting out.
Right.
It's harder for people to refute something when you're like, fuck, here it is, fuck, here it is, fuck, here it is. I mean, before it would just be like, hey, you got this one option, you got this one venue that's gonna put you on. If they say no, you're you're fucking toast.
Right.
You- you're you're yelling to people on a soapbox in a park, you know? So
Well, now when everybody has cameras, so if there's something happening and they want the
exactly.
world to see, they just take a quick video and put it on social media. Boom,
I mean,
instant news.
they're shooting video of themselves while sitting on the toilet dropping a shit, and it's uploaded, and you
Sometimes
never
it's
know.
you need to note it.
Yeah, you never know because it's suit up top and you know
Gross. This is so
bikini
gross.
bottom at the bikini briefs on the bottom. You'll never know, but um, the acoustics sound good, so that's what matters. And so
Oh,
they put out whatever. I think that that is a lot of what happens, and you get now where more and more people are seeing things. It gives them more and more opportunities to think about stuff. So you have, like, we've, for instance, we've always had that big fucking unexplained shit. It's clear as day. The pyramids, the Great Pyramids.
right. They're only so small.
The Great Pyramids. It's literally in the name. Great. Not not the not the tiny pyramids, not the not not the pyramids. The
Right.
Great Pyramids. It's like the Great Pyramids. It's like right between great and pyramids. It's sort of understood. Fucking is there. The Great fucking Pyramids. They're
Right.
right there.
It's like the original, like like fucking not a generic brand. It's what it is.
Yeah. And then and the question is always, it's always been those things right there. And the question has always been, how were those made? And
Right? How'd they
to
do
this
it?
to this day,
Aliens.
no one knows. And now it's to the point where people are like, so we think the Egyptians didn't make it. It was there, and they just sort of moved in and spruced it up. They
Could
they
be, but it doesn't. You got to
they
go
did
back
a
even farther.
well. That's the thing. Now it's like people are like, so if that's the case, if the Egyptians sort of moved in and they remodeled this structure that was already there,
Change the
and they
carpet,
they
put
did a
some
little
window
they did a
dressings.
little renovation. That means it was already there. And if it was already there, who 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 did that
You
and
know that this
how?
is the world's biggest prank, right? Like the
How?
aliens are like, them motherfuckers are still trying to figure this shit
They're
out. Y'all
running
watch. It's
bets.
been millennia, okay?
They're running
Millennia.
bets. They are running
Right.
bets. It's like, okay, I bet 6,000 years. 6,000 years? Yeah, man, I'm thinking 6,000 years.
Like,
I
I don't
don't
know
think so.
for the last 10,000, for
I
they
don't
ain't gotta
think
figured it out.
so. I don't think so. Look how that one's digging in his butt. I'm gonna go with 1275. What? 12,750 years. Yeah, these motherfuckers are gonna figure it out. Is it,
It's like the price is
we
right. If you go one over, you lose it.
we left the instructions right next to the pyramids. These motherfuckers still haven't figured it out. Like
Right.
it's
We
like
put it in
it's
the
right.
sand.
Yeah, it's right there, right? It's like those are there. It's the biggest prank. I think you're right because they're the most visible. And then when you when you step back and you see that there are other ones all over the
Yeah.
planet.
Or when you start looking and realizing, like, oh,
They're
fuck,
all over
let
the
me see
planet,
what it
and
is.
yeah, and some of these are just covered with fuck tons of foliage, and you're like, oh,
Or
there's a
stones that they think are just there because it was I don't fucking know.
there's a huge there's a huge pyramid there. Yeah, and then when you zoom back further, and you're just like, oh, all the pyramids line up, and they're all
Huh.
facing the same. Huh? And
And they all
over they're all over a water source. What? Why?
and they all are in line with some star or
Why? What?
celestial
Why?
event.
Why?
It's because Mama and Daddy, aka the aliens, they they
Yeah.
came down and helped us.
Yeah,
And we was just
yeah, they
baby
said
little
the mom
humans.
and
We was
daddy.
just baby little humans then. We didn't know what we was doing. And they said, ooh, them
Listen,
motherfuckers they look different than the rest of my little alien babies. So we're gonna drop them off on this rock over here and see how they do.
Star Mama and Star Daddy came down
Yeah.
because Earth Mama and Earth Daddy are dumb. Wait for my
Stupid.
Star Mama and Star Daddy. They're so much
Took them
better.
forever to make fire.
They're so much better. So when people like Graham Hancock comes along and he says, "Hey, I think I'm seeing a pattern in this, and this." And check out this civilization. They wrote down the same kind of thing about the same this, that, and the other.
Around
Oh,
the same
look.
time.
Oh, look. They have the same story, just in their language and with names that make more sense for their culture. And around about this, oh no, it's older.
Can
So,
we talk about giants?
I remember we talked about giants before,
We did,
about
didn't
the
we?
giants in the Middle East. And there's a lot of cultures that talk about giants, and it's super super funny to me. Yes, I'm going to get a little anti-religion right here. It's super super funny to me because even in the Bible it talks about giants,
Yes,
and
it do.
then they scoff at the fact when another person brings up giants. Like, okay, your beloved David actually fought one. Your beloved David actually fought one. So now, was he the weakest one in the group? Because dude got hit in the head with a rock and died. Okay, so be it. But
He was having a bad day as it was.
I mean,
Okay,
he was
fuck.
whooping everybody's ass. Goliath was, and then this
Goliath
dude,
was.
And then this dude threw a rock.
It's just a fucking rock. That's
I
all. Just
mean,
a
it's with a
rock.
sling, and
One.
you can throw rocks with a sling if you're really good, pretty good. It's like a bullet. Okay, I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
I would say it takes some practice. And what are the odds of a sure shot like that being right in front of him?
I'm just
You know,
saying,
it seems like it
giants.
was made for TV.
I'm just
You know what
saying,
I mean?
Giants are a big target. I'm just gonna say that. So it might have been a
Fair.
little, it might have been a little easier for David. I'm just saying, but I think that giants would also have a little better bone structure than we do because they're giants. And I don't know, I just think giants have a slight more advantage in strength and bone density. But I don't know.
Go on.
I haven't talked to it, examined a
You
giant. All I
sure?
know, nope. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay.
But apparently, in one culture, a dude fucked a giant. So go figure. I don't I don't know. It's interesting to me though, because at least Graham Hancock has started to also look at what people wrote and try to assimilate what it is, or not try to assimilate, try to get a better understanding of what they were writing. Because people's descriptions of things really change over cultures, over ways of defining what they're seeing. If they've never seen anything, if you've never seen anything before, you're going to describe it the best way you can by the way you know how to.
Sure.
You're not going to know the science of it. You're not going to know the what if, whys,
Just
and
like a child
hows.
learns how to speak.
Yeah, you're going
Bottle,
to be like,
baba, baba.
this
You know it.
big. I mean, you're going to be right there with Lilu. It's big bada boom. You don't know. And you're trying to figure stuff out, but you're trying to also explain it to other people. And you hats off to everybody out there in the 11,000 BC people, man. Y'all were documenting shit.
Yeah, it
And
takes off for fucking ever too. And there was
y'all
no
were
backspace.
you all were documenting shit that lasts. All the shit we're using right now to document something, gone, gone. Give it one good fire, all gone.
Right.
These stone temples and pyramids and shit, forever.
Right. They're not going away anytime soon.
They've been forever. And then they dig underground and then they find more. It's like, oh, there's more down here. Nah, 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 nah.
You're like,
That,
fucking shit. We didn't think about this stuff underground.
that. And so it's always interesting to me because it's like people that also believe that the earth has only been around for 6,000 or so years. And
I would
I,
bet more like 3,000, but that's just me.
yeah, I don't, it's like, I don't even understand that. I don't even understand it. It's like, so here's how do you,
What?
like,
What?
how can you believe in redwood trees and then also that the earth's only been around for
Well,
6,000 years? Like, you know how long it takes to grow a tree. So,
right. Well,
so you're
I
gonna,
mean,
but but you're but you're also stating that a hot molten earth will have cooled down, gone through several cycles of life,
yeah,
and developed people and everything else within the same period of time. No, something's got to give. Something's got to give. I I just find that the ancient apocalypse series is very, very intriguing, especially when they break it down. I don't know if you've seen all of it yet
I
or not.
haven't. No,
Okay.
I'm in the thick of it.
Yeah, I didn't want to spoil it for you, but you've
I appreciate that.
probably gotten past the third episode.
I'm on the third episode.
You're on the third. Have they
Yeah.
mentioned the Younger Dryas yet?
Who?
Younger Dryas?
No.
Okay. Okay. That right there is that part. I
You love it.
I
You,
don't know how anybody can refute it anymore
oh, well, then shit, I look forward to that.
because it's like it makes too much sense to be denied. And it's not just him saying it, It's the documented stuff that's been found in other locations that also remark of this event. And for the fact that there's stuff all over the place in different locations around the planet that talk about this event, but in their own way, but it's all within the same time period. So you know that, oh, okay, they're talking about this, whereas the other culture is talking about the same thing. They're just describing it from their perspective, from their point of view. That, oh, okay, it's the serpent in the sky. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. And then, halfway across the world, there's this other civilization that's noting the same thing, but they're describing it from their point of view and their means of interpretation. But it's during the same time period and the same stuff going on in the sky.
Right.
So um, it's a very interesting. I, I find it just highly. It's super hard for people to refute this now. It's like it does not. You can't explain it any other way. You can't explain how you go from an ice age to a rapid ice age to a rapid heating up with without something like that type of event happening. The Younger Dryas, I think, is really one of those things that is a very very noted piece that I don't know. I don't know what would be the gain for keeping it out of education and out of
There's no
deeper
telling,
study,
really. I
out
mean,
of
people's
out of
brains.
deeper study. Yeah, I think because it's a lot of like you talk about this, you basically are resetting everything that people know,
Right.
and people are afraid of that.
But
And
at some point, you just got to be like, you know what? Fuck it, it is what it is. I mean,
I think people are afraid of it, but so like the Younger Dryas incident doesn't explain everything though. So the pyramids
oh, I
being
can't wait
a
to see it.
like the pyramids being a hydro electrical power source, it doesn't explain that. It's an event in itself, but it doesn't explain the other things that are on the planet doing their own thing. Like, how are you generating energy from pyramids, and how are they all hooked up, and why always these sacred waters? That's another thing where it's dealing with civilization that knows a lot of shit, and nobody knows how and who and what. And it just loops back to where, like, it just loops back to a
Aliens.
lot of the things that I think, and a lot of the things I think in regards to civilization, air quotes, humanity. Um, I, I I don't know. It just seems like it's not necessarily something that we need to take into account of us being the ones. We're the smartest ones. We're the best ones. We're the most advanced. I think. I think shit went down that we just don't know about because the people that were
Because we
left
don't know shit. I
yeah, the
mean,
people that were left behind didn't know. I mean, he uses the term that we have amnesia, and I kind of latched onto that because I never really said we have amnesia. I just said we forget shit. Humans
hmm
forget shit, and they come up with a story to sort of cobble together memory of some stuff, but it's not all the details, and it's not all of that. And you give enough time, and this one story is going to morph into something completely different. And next thing you know, you're getting a history of this person that did some heinous shit, but through a different lens when you've got some details that have fallen away through time. It is, I mean, it's just how it is. It's
right,
just, it's just how humans are. And if you get the right people that love a certain version of a story, you'll never hear the other ones. You just won't. You
right.
just won't. then those go fading into obscurity, and the truth is what is left behind, however modified, edited, romanticized it can be. um you know we've got we've got a love story in relation to Pocahontas, but nobody wants to know about the real story of Pocahontas.
Right.
We got Disney doing raccoons with backflips in that animated thing, but Pocahontas was a scary fucking story. But you don't you rather do let
Romanticize it.
yeah you rather let this other story go out so you can sell toys. I mean, you throw capitalism in there, and then you got some toys, and you got kids loving it and dressing up for Halloween and whatever, and that's some heinous
Right.
shit. But
Mm-hmm.
but let's get somebody doing a great song, and Mel
A
Gibson
catchy
doing the voice.
tune.
Yeah, Mel Gibson doing the voice for John Smith or whatever. So
Did
yeah,
he
it's a
do the
great.
voice for John Smith?
Yeah, yeah,
How do
yeah.
you know this? How do you know
Because
these things?
this really obscure shit,
I know.
can't
I
forget. I
appreciate
can't
the
forget.
hell out of it.
It's kind of it's a curse.
It's a thing that you do.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Is it?
Yeah, because you can't forget shit, and that sucks. So the shit that you want to forget, you can't.
It's
That
etched in
sucks.
there.
That sucks. Yeah, that sucks. But the things you
Yeah.
want to remember, you can't. That
Let me guess.
sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's yeah. Amazing superpower. God
I'm
damn
a
it.
soothsayer.
Yeah, right.
I'm wizened.
Yeah, I'm a sincere that doesn't want to soothe. So yeah, so you like the series,
Yeah, I can't wait to go watch it again.
and
Oh, and
so
I
you
also
like,
started watching based on the Center of the Universe, which you'll have to explain, um, because
uh-huh.
it was this weird thing. You'll explain it. Just it was on Joe Rogan's
Oh, that link I
show.
sent you?
Yeah, on the link that you sent me. So I guess it's a vlog. Is it like just a internet
No,
show?
no, it's a show. It's a show. I was
Okay.
just saying, it's a like he's long format. So I was just saying skip all the
Hello. So
way.
are we.
Yeah, well, I was telling you skip. Yeah, what we
Hello.
normally do. I was telling you skip past that. I was saying go ahead and skip an hour and 42 minutes into it, and it'll get to the part that that we were very much looking at prior with
Right.
the
Yeah.
center of the world.
Yes. So there's a place in Yuma, right?
Yeah.
It's in Yuma. What the
Oh
fuck is in
man,
Yuma?
the center of the world.
Apparently.
So that's an easy question. So I think yeah, th-
They mentioned a
it,
movie called
I
Moment
mentioned
of Contact. And so
yes.
I started watching it.
Mm, okay.
And I was 35 minutes in whenever we started.
So I've not watched that movie, so I'll have to check it out so you
Yeah.
won't have nightmares by yourself because it sounds like that
Thanks.
sounds like that might be the case. But
Little
um
changelings around.
yeah, oh, man, I don't know about places like that. I mean,
Why
places like
not?
that where you got like these little pockets of the world that people just sort of claim for themselves, and then they are just king in their own castle and fuck everyone that doesn't do their little song, dance, ritual, whatever, to keep the mythos going. I don't know, and I'm saying that's what I assume is going on, but at the same time, I'm not saying I wouldn't do the same thing. Like if I found a place on my own on top of a hill that man, oh man, this is the place where the sun gods come to vacation, and I happen to be the one that serves them breakfast. You can go on a tour of this mystical place
Right.
for 59.95 or whatever, and touch your foot in the middle of this circle that I just drew in front of you
But you're
and
gonna
put
have
your
to
foot
sign a
in there.
contract first.
Yeah, sign a contract. I'll make it fucking difficult too. Sign a contract at night. Sign a contract at night after taking these muscle relaxers. Then I will
Right.
know. Yeah, it's like some bullshit. What? D- But is that what people have done? Absolutely, some people do that shit. Is there some real shit out there that you know kind of held off the grid, so to speak, of some really bizarre stuff? I believe so. Absolutely. I believe so. I believe there's some
It was
stuff
it
out
was
there.
weird. It was really weird.
There's some stuff out there, man, that's like just like what is this? What is that right there? Like it's just crazy looking like some people I forget what this guy's name is, but he scours Google Earth just finding
I love that shit.
just
I don't know
finding
who it is, but
bizarre
I love
shit.
that.
It's like, okay, what is that? And you zoom in, you're like, oh damn, now I can't unsee that. Now I'm probably monitored now. Thanks, bucko. Thanks. Thanks.
Right.
This is why the mailman sits in front of my house, but
With
doesn't give
binoculars.
with no mail. Just like, oh, this is the house you always want to sit in front of it and rearrange all of your pails of mail, huh? Oh, okay. How
Right, for
convenient.
4 hours.
How convenient. No shade, no shade. You're in the blistering sun. How convenient.
Look at you
How
being employee of the month.
like like all of a sudden, all the addresses on the street just changed. So you got to go through all your little buckets there and make sure your shit is in order because all the
Oh.
houses have changed their address, right? No, you're fucking listening
Maybe.
to
Maybe.
you're fucking listening to me because I stole some ostrich oil that night.
Right? It was hard to
So
get.
So I think that once you get a little bit deeper into the episodes of Ancient Apocalypse, you'll see a
I'll be
very
full on in. I'm just gonna be in
yeah,
it, you know?
you'll start seeing like this this connection that just goes all over the world and you're like, fuck, never
I'm ready.
mind. You're like, fuck, never mind. I'll just stay inside. I'll just I'll
Fuck this
just
day. I'm going.
I'll just stay the fuck inside. Don't have food? Never mind. I got toenails. Whatever the fuck. I don't know. Like I just saw some
That's
shit on
disgusting.
like I just saw some shit on Netflix and now I am just fucked over and out. I really don't know. But it's super interesting to me though. Because once you see it, you're just like, why was this shit never discussed? It's
Well,
almost like you're like someone like not someone. I'm saying someone in quotation, so it could be a group of people. I don't fucking know. Just wants a population that's less, that's not as informed, that's not as encouraged to know. And by that, it sort of breeds a bunch of people that really has no desire to know or to explore or to learn or to put themselves out there and understand another culture and why that culture is this way or that. It's a very interesting thing to step back and look at society after seeing something like that.
oh, I imagine.
But what the fuck do I know?
Oh, I don't know shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think we've
So
covered that.
yeah, well, yeah. So there's that. Um, it was something else I was gonna bring up, and now fucking I had it and I forgot it
But
and
you
I
didn't make
had
a
it.
list? Is that what
Well, I was kind of iffy on the
Hmm.
list this time around because I was sort of like, I
I think that
thought,
we just have a rolling list.
yeah, we do have a rolling list in a way, um, but I guess to me, it was a lot of it was a lot of weird shit happening this week, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy this episode for what it is, on a freestyle talking,
Yeah, for sure.
um, and then that way, it's just a natural conversation, and then next thing you know, the fucking mediums took over and wrecked my
Right.
shit,
Exactly.
wrecked my
Um,
shit.
my back's
It was
hurting
one
so bad right now.
it was one thing that you mentioned. We kind of touched on it, and then we touched
Okay.
on it a little bit today, and it was like paranormal activity with people. Um, we've touched on it before in regards to like what are our thoughts in regards to paranormal and the elderly. And I didn't really hear your side of it as much, or maybe I didn't hear enough of your side to make sure that you voiced everything that's going on in your head about it.
So I think that there's so many different ways that it could go, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it could be ancestors or loved ones
Mm-hmm.
that are coming to usher in someone into a new dimension, right? It could be just a ghost that's like
Right.
lost in this world, and
Right.
the elderly just, like, especially if they've got dementia or Alzheimer's, something like that, the
Right.
ghost could be like, "Hey, I'm here," and they'd be like, "Hey, you see that guy?" And then they're like, "Grandma's crazy, just she's
Yeah,
kind of
it's like
checking out a little bit."
it's a little bit more plausible deniability that they can. Okay, I can reveal myself. Nobody's going to believe you anyway.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there could be that, or I mean, with anybody, it could really be that, but people tend to believe who they would consider to be in their prime, like adulthood. You're not a
Yeah.
baby, you're not a teenager making shit up.
Yeah.
You're like 25 to 65.
Yeah.
That's a sweet spot.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, because I was thinking about it after the last episode, and I was like, kind of want to delve in that a little bit more because it's sort of it's possible, but at the same time, it's a very, very interesting area where, like I was saying, there's plausible deniability. I think that in regards to possession or something like that, shitty choice, shitty choice. You're a shitty entity if you want to possess an elderly person. You got to get some vim and vigor. Don't go for somebody that can't stand on their own. Come on,
Right.
think it
Yeah.
through. Go for the baby. Come on, you got all the time in the world to you can grow into those shoes. Come on, don't. But
Wow.
I think that it's interesting though because none of that stuff I don't on either of those examples, no one can validate it. No one can say, yeah, it happens, or nah, it doesn't. Because, like you said, it could be, hey, he's talking to great granny Fanny, but we don't see her, so we know it's just him going through dementia, because
Yeah.
that's what dementia do.
Right. Well,
It's
that's also an easy out. It makes
right.
the
That's
most
what I'm
sense,
saying.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Plausible deniability. We can deny the fuck out of it, but for an entity, they know. Yep, it's prove it. You can't because I'm I'm either the one he's talking to or he's literally talking to no one. No one
Right.
knows. Like okay, he sits there and he goes through the motions like he's eating something. When you ask him, "Oh, hey, what are you drinking?" Split malt liquor. Oh, okay, great, cool. Then you keep it moving.
Get it?
Like I literally, so I told you about that, right?
No.
Okay,
Wait,
so
maybe. Tell me
okay,
again.
yeah, yeah, right. Tell me that bedtime story again.
I
That's fun.
love that. I love hearing stories. I do. I really
That's fun.
do.
So one morning, mind you, the morning, the morning before breakfast, morning. that time. Okay, my dad's sitting there in the lazy boy, as you do,
Of
and
course.
he is just bringing his hand up to his mouth, and doing these fucking stop that shit kind of slurping, just and the Parkinson's kicks in sometimes, and so the
Sure.
hand shakes, and it's like, it's like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Not
Okay.
only is it the slurping, but it's like, and I was like again, you don't know, so you just I'm just sitting there next to him, I was like, are you, is he fucking with me? He's fucking with me. Because he was just, then he gets louder. Then he shakes a little. And it's like, hey man, what what are you drinking? Because sometimes I'll ask because I just want to
So,
fucking
did
know.
he have something, or was he just
No,
using his
no, it was an empty
hand?
hand, empty
Oh,
hand,
okay. I think you did tell me this.
empty hand, but it's in a C shape, like he's holding something.
Uh-huh. Right,
Now he'll
right.
do this from time to time, and he'll like have his hands together. It's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm eating an apple, or I'm eating chips, or he'll like tell you what he's eating. I'm eating ice
Oh,
cream,
and that's what he's okay. Hmm.
and
Go ahead.
so I'm just like, all right, fine, whatever, fuck ever. Hey, what are you drinking? And he eases it down from his mouth, like, how fucking dare you interrupt me? Looks over at me and says, "Slits malt liquor," and
You
then
gonna tell me to put it down?
cranks it back up to his mouth and goes back to it.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
And I'm like, why are you what? Now, third one in, I'm like, okay, enough of this charade shit. I was like, okay, fine, what the fuck?
You got
Hey,
to
hey,
share.
hey, 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 don't take my beer. Don't take my salt liquor. And
Uh-uh.
then starts to like proceed to turn away from me so he could finish off his third one, right? I'm like, holy fuck. Now I'm having to do an intervention over an
A
imaginary
ghost
can
beer.
an imaginary can of Schlitz malt liquor.
That's
Okay.
fantastic.
So on his fourth one,
Oh,
he's
was he
cranking
getting
it
drunk?
back. Like it's like
It's
while I'm
easier
telling you
to
this
drink
while I'm telling you this story, I'm also going through the motions that he was doing. So what the
because I
fuck?
can see you. I
What
don't
the
know.
fuck? Yeah, what the fuck does that say about me, right? So he's cranking his head all the way back, like I'm just down in this, and I'm down in this can. No one can stop me at
You're
this.
right. Nobody can.
No one can stop me at this one man party. And I'm like, what are you? So I'm just trying to bring the hand out. This dude is slightly tipsy. I'm not gonna say sloppy drunk. I'm not gonna say
Right,
sloppy
right,
drunk
right.
because he's already seated. But he is like, no, no, take my smug. Why you trying?
Oh,
You
poor
get your own
dad.
beer. Get your
You,
own beer,
you janky ass.
sir. It is not even 9:30, okay? And you're drunk on imaginary beer. Shut up.
Go to bed. You're drunk on imaginary beer.
I'm trying to make you I'm trying to keep you looking decent and not the drunk slush before 10
Right.
a.m.
Nobody likes a slut, okay?
You are drunk before 10 a.m. What does that say about the rest of your day? You're like, you
Is
don't
it
even
looking
have,
up from here? Is that what's happening?
yeah, it's like all you got is an Activia in your gut right now. That is not gonna look good after four Schlitz malt liquors. And if I remember correctly, they don't make small cans. So
Right.
I was like,
You should tell him like, ooh,
where'd
they
you no, he's got it all nailed down. Where'd you get I'm like, because I'm fucking with him. I'm like, look, okay, if I have to, because my whole thing is, if I have to enter your world, then I'm going to run amok in it. I'm like, look, I had to leave my reality to assimilate into yours. So, okay, hey, so where are you even getting this beer? And
What did he say?
he looks at me like, you dumbass, from the store. Well, yeah, but when did you go get it?
I would be like, is it expensive?
When did you go get it? Like last night. Oh, fuck. So now I'm fucked because now I'm like, is he getting up and walking around and doing shit at night? Like no one would know because no one is suspecting that shit. But you would,
Right.
but everybody would think, nah, he's gonna make a lot of noise because he's not coordinated at all. But then that whole what if is still in your head. But what if he is super agile when no one's looking?
Well, sure. Yeah, maybe if he's just faking it,
Like he's
obviously.
just riding this so
He's
smoothly
like, look what I can get this man to do. Look at shit. He thinks
because he'll
hell.
say stuff to me that makes me wonder that because he'll tell me stuff like, yeah, I I I much rather when you carry me out that I instead of me lifting my legs up, yeah, that's the best
He's like,
part
I'm about to snatch your ass out that wheelchair. You don't
that's the
stand your
best
ass up.
part. Yeah, that's the best part when you carry me out. I like that. I'm like, what? So
Huh?
you prefer it when I yeah.
Okay. Mm.
Or he'll pretend that he's asleep, and then when people leave the room, he'll open up his eyes real quick
With
and
just
start
one, just
looking
filling off.
around and doing shit. I'm like, and so I've pretended like I've left the room,
Hey,
and then he opens up his eyes and looks around. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. And then he looked over and saw me, and then shut his eyes and kind of leaned to the side like he was
dude,
asleep again. It's like, dude, I
you
saw
should
you.
play pretend battles.
I just saw you. I'm sitting right here. I see you. I know you're awake.
Come on, you've got to do this. Can we do an interview with your dad, please? Will you please do an oats with your
He's,
dad?
I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
so now you're sleeping. Okay, so
Right. Of course you're sleeping.
you went right to sleep. Okay, okay,
Just
okay,
like that, huh?
yeah. Um, I so yeah, that would be a shitty choice for an entity. Now, that being said, would I run amok and fuck around with people like that? Absolutely, absolutely. I would be your Aunt Gertrude all day long if I can get juicy shit.
Damn
If
it,
I can get
Gertie.
if I can get juicy shit out of you, like, you know, just talk shit so that I know you could fuck with other people that I can't. Yeah, absolutely. That's how that's how crafty entities are supposed to work. But like to your point, uh, is there the other side where people ancestors or people that have gone on before, or however you want to call them, are like coming back to prep, so to speak, other
Just to be
family
with them and
members.
keep them calm.
Yeah, other family members that have. I think there's something to that. Sometimes people say they see other people in that time when they're transitioning in death. I, again, it's one of those where only they can see it and only they can tell you what they're experiencing in that moment, and it is to a certain degree left up to interpretation because you don't necessarily know what's happening. Um, and if it's a cool thing, if it's a calming thing and it sounds pleasant, then yeah, you're glad for it. You encourage it. Oh, okay, great. Oh, you saw you saw Uncle Moses. Okay, and
Oh, damn.
he's with you right now. He's telling about when y'all were kids. That's awesome. That's great. That's okay, fantastic.
See, I would just let it, I would just be quiet and watch and just let it happen because you can tell a lot by their eye movements. Like when my dad
Yeah.
died, or he was in the process of dying, that day, he was following. He was trying to focus. I think we think that he must have started to lose his eyesight or he was
Mm-hmm.
hallucinating
Mm-hmm.
because he was trying to see something, and I looked over and there was nothing there.
Right.
Like I
Yeah.
thought, well, maybe he's trying to look at the TV or something, but he
Yeah.
wasn't. He was just trying to focus on whatever was there.
Yeah.
So it could be that he was actually in a moment of losing his eyesight and he was trying to figure that out,
Right.
or that
Right.
there was somebody actually there in his eye.
Yeah. And he's trying to figure out who that is because it could be. I mean, I can't tell you like how many times I've had dreams where everyone is faceless, but I'll be talking to them, and then eventually, typically those are the dreams that I then have the reoccurring moment that I relive it again, and then those people, and that's typically why I don't know when I'm experiencing it because those people don't have faces, and then I revisit that whole incident again and not put it all together. I don't know if something like that happens in death and you're trying to focus on what it is and who it is standing there talking to you or comforting you or whichever. And there's that understanding of I'm seeing family members around me, but now I got this other person that I'm trying to focus on. Sure. I don't know. Having had family members that, like I mentioned in the beginning, um, it kind of runs in my family's the dreams and the medium type shit.
Yeah.
Uh, having
I find it fascinating, and I wish that I had that gift, but
having had that discussed, um, the ones that are, I guess, stronger, if you will, um, talk about that type of shit a lot. That there's that interaction, there's that mediation that comes through from people and whatnot. And it's very interesting. I just don't know how much of that is left up to interpretation because again it all falls back onto the whole thing of where there's so much that goes on with your brain that we have no clue about,
oh, sure.
and the amount of and apparently the amount of chemicals that are released upon that time, um, it's supposed to be a very very overwhelming experience in regards to processing and being able to interpret what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
So I don't
And
know.
I don't know.
I don't know. And then people that come back from the dead, I don't even know what the fuck to say about that.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what to say
Yeah.
about that. It's like,
Well,
oh,
I really don't understand, and I never will, but it's like when people they die and they come right back.
mhm,
I don't understand that, but what I also don't understand is that when my grandmother, she had Alzheimer's, and she was in the nursing home, and we were there, and we knew that she was not going to be making it for
mhm,
very much longer because her body started to break down.
mhm.
When her body broke down and her Alzheimer mind was still trying to keep her alive,
Right.
but torture her at the same time.
Yeah. 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 That's and that's where what you and I have talked about before is like the brain is going to do its own shit. And
Truly.
I think that I think the thing that we fool ourselves on is that we're conscious about things, thus we define our own existence per what we understand. But that shit is all happening by way of the brain. Me
Yeah.
talking, me moving my hands while I talk, balancing myself while sitting in the chair, the articulation of my muscles going on, even the muscles that I don't even know that are being articulated, the lungs and the organs and all the blood flow, the nerves. I can feel things by which I touch it because of those nerves, all being received, understood, interpreted, and acted upon by way of the brain.
Right. It's nuts.
So So when the body, as you were saying, when the body breaks down, that that doesn't mean the brain does. And I just, I wonder like how much of that is like, well, this thing is not used anymore. I'll use that for something else. I'll use that to bump this need up. I lose my hearing, but my sight gets better, or vice versa.
Right.
And so it's like the brain just sort of adapts and but it keeps doing its thing. And if you
It's
get
pretty
to a
amazing.
point, yeah, it's amazing. But I think what you were pointing out that was very interesting though, is when the brain is doing its thing and then it's got less and less options to choose from because the body's broken down so much.
Yeah.
And then what? What then does the brain do? And that's the part I think that's nobody really knows. Maybe it's a little scary. What
That
do
is
you
scary.
what do you do when this thing what do you do when the brain's device, its means, its suit
Executive function.
doesn't work to facilitate its needs? Like it knows how to feel its exosuit. And that's what we are to a brain, is an exosuit. It knows
Sure.
it knows how to feel that and to keep it operating and what it needs to be doing health wise. Now, the things go off to the side and addictions happen, sure thing. And you'll hear about people saying, and then it alters the brain's activity. Well, that's literally the case. It's altering the way the brain now processes things and thinks about things. And if it picks up an addiction, it picks up an addiction. Okay, fine. But even still, it still has these things that it does to operate its body. And if that body breaks down, what what does the brain do when it still wants to function a certain way?
Right. And it can't. It just lingers. And so it's
Yeah,
with her, she kind of just laid there
yeah,
and slowly faded away. I mean,
yeah,
honestly, that's what happened.
yeah, yeah.
And it needed to, I mean, we were praying for grace
Mm-hmm.
and for mercy. Just please don't let her suffer
Mm-hmm.
anymore. This is
Right,
terrible.
right.
Because at that point you just do. There's no coming back from it.
Right.
She's never going to recover. And
Yeah.
you wouldn't want her to have to come back from that and deal with that. You know?
Yeah, it's a
So you
very interesting point.
it's just, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, because like now people are coming to the somewhat acceptance or conclusion that the eyes are the only external part of the brain.
Really?
Uh, yeah, they're super connected to the brain. They're connected to the brain. I okay, they're connected. Um, can 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 they be plucked out and the brain still function? Yeah. So I don't know.
Can they function without the brain?
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Because like you and I have talked about before, it's very interesting where everybody's aware. I make these comments about the brain, but then I fling it back to people. It's like, okay, you can you can get your arm chopped off. You can get your lungs replaced, your heart replaced, your liver, your kidney, your intestines, your
Oh,
stomach, your
sure.
all these other things replaced. Can't 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 replace the brain. You can have heart failure, but if you're
Oh, yeah.
but if you're
If your
brain
brain
dead,
goes,
if you're brain dead,
you're done.
they harvest off your organs. You can't. It's a very very definitive thing, and it's like the brain is overlooked, but it's just like that's the thing that's us. All this other stuff is just a suit that facilitates the brain.
Right.
So it's
What did you
interesting.
call it? A meat puppet.
A meat puppet, yeah, it's a meat puppet. I think what you were pointing out though is very very interesting when you were saying about um, you know, and I'm not trying to disparage uh, anyone, or especially you or any part of your
Oh, I
family
know.
at all with this. Um, it's interesting our concept of pain and discomfort and suffering. We often equate that with pain. Like, hope you're not suffering, your joints are hurt, your body's not hurting, your this is not. It's very interesting. Like, how much are you suffering when you're in a coma?
I don't know. I mean, if your brain is doing things and hallucinating, then you could be in a lot of discomfort and
And
pain.
you can't move,
Yeah, and you're stuck. That would be your own personal hell, you
and
know?
it's like your muscles, you're not you're not experiencing that, so to speak, pain, because the nerve receptors are pretty dead, but the atrophy that's setting in because your muscles
Oh,
are all wasting away. Um, so it's interesting when people think of suffering, they equate it to an inability, a physical inability, a pain, a you're suffering because your your leg is broken or you've lost the
see, but I see
ability.
it as a mental thing too.
Well, and that's the thing that I was wondering if you do, but because a lot of times when I hear about it, there's very little it equating to a mental side of that suffering.
Well, no, because it's all relative, right? I mean, we don't know what anguish other people go through,
Like I think
but
I think people that have um psychosis of some sort,
okay.
they're in some way, in some capacity, I don't know, because different perspectives, different means of digesting the information that's happening. There's a, I would imagine there's a degree of suffering in that, even though outwardly the outwardly their body seems fully capable and able physically.
Right.
Mentally, it's got to be like nonstop. Just what the fuck is happening? You know, you're trying to make heads and tails of life.
Would you rather for your body to go out first or
Oh
for your brain to
fuck.
go out first?
Oh fuck this what
I
if.
mean, you just poked it. You poked the bear with the
Yeah.
pencil and
Uh, would
it
I
once it's
rather
pissed.
body or brain go? Oh fuck me, man. Damn it. Damn it. Well, I mean,
I
I
mean,
think
it's hard, right?
I think I can't rather the brain go, because fuck the rest.
Right.
You know, it's like I was saying, I mean, if you're like your brain, yeah, your body going out is your brain's inability to control those things that are happening anymore. Like if I'm
Right.
just pissing on myself and shitting on myself, then that's the inability of controlling that muscle. That's that body control is gone or has gotten to the point where it's just a flip of the coin on if it's going to be on the toilet or not.
Right.
If my brain goes though, I think absolutely I would never want my brain to go
I agree.
because I'm experiencing what it looks like when your brain goes.
Right.
I'm,
And that's
well,
I'm experiencing both. I mean, I see,
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
mom's
yeah,
health failing and my dad's
yeah,
health failing and but
yeah,
it
yeah,
seems like it's much more torment when it's the brain because they can't let you know exactly what's going on sometimes.
yeah. Yeah, and I agree with you on that. Because like for me, yeah, I get the physical and the mental going with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and dementia. Those that that cerebus of affliction is just ridiculous. Um, but they're all affecting the brain in some capacity. One has more physical dimensions to it than the other, and I get it not being able to walk. talk correctly, having it to where you don't know people anymore, and or you think you're talking to someone else, but it's not. It's another person that you literally are talking to someone and you see them as someone else,
Right.
and that's how you know when your brain is gone or is diminishing in a way that time and reality and all the in between is just fucking flowing one way to the other, and how long you are in a lucid cognitive state, it doesn't matter. It's really, you don't know. You could be 2 minutes, you could be 2 hours, who knows? But it's a beating because the other people that are on the other side experiencing that have no clue what what or who they're engaging with.
Right.
And that's the thing that
And it can change like in just a snap of a
yeah,
finger.
yeah, yeah. It could be pleasant conversations. Oh yeah, man, I was da 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 da. And next thing you know, he's trying to take your head off.
Right.
He's
And
he's
that's not fun.
he's trying to take your head off, and it's justified. He's like, he's coming after me. He just tried to do. I I gotta protect myself. I'm doing
He's actually trying to murder me. Okay.
right. And so, just speaking of my own, like I'm glad he cannot
Right.
physically grab the
Oh,
phone
for
and
sure.
call, because he would have had the cops here so many times. I'm glad he can't find his gun, because he would have shot me.
Oh,
He
right.
would have shot me so many times,
Jesus,
and
man.
literally would tell me, I I wish I had my gun so I could blow your head off.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah, right. Hey, do you want some water? You want an apple? Okay, let me know if you want anything. I wish I had my gun so I could blow your head off. Oh, okay, you can articulate that. Got it. Okay,
Right.
okay, got it.
Noted. So
Yeah,
Doritos got him.
this is so you're focused on, okay, you're focused on one thing. Okay, great. And it's not eating, it's killing me. Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Well, one goal.
Yeah, super focused. Super yeah, super
You
focused.
gotta love his commitment.
Yeah, he's very, very committed to that. So I think, to me, if if I could keep my mental and awareness, if I could keep that as feasible and as functional as possible, I'm the better for it. I don't know what I would do with myself if I knew that wasn't the case.
Right.
I already know I don't want people around me.
Awesome. So you're up for visitors. Good. Good.
Yeah,
That's
right, right, right. Yeah, which is probably
I'm
another.
glad we agree.
Yeah, which is probably another podcast episode. And like, as we've encroached into the time and space that we
Yeah, it's
probably,
about time, isn't it?
yeah. So yeah, awesome, Ender. Um, Thanks everybody for listening. And
Awesome ending.
sometimes we get
Thank
deep
you. I
on these.
try.
Yeah, sometimes we get deep on these things, and it's really a thing that we don't like to sugarcoat it and have it to where there's a formula. Some of the things that we talk about it's kind of deep. Um, you know, accounts of what we do and what we experience every day. And that's just like with you, it's not a bed of roses every fucking day. Same for us. And like like always, this was something that the dinosaur, I mean, honestly, the dinosaur wanted it more than I did. And he's just like, we should do a podcast. And I
Oh,
was like,
really? I
oh,
wanted it more than you did, huh?
yeah, we
Huh?
should do a
Did I?
podcast. It's
I
like,
was begging for it. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if we want to do a we should. It's gonna be great. I don't
Yeah,
know if
I told
people want
you.
to listen to us.
If nobody listens to us at all, it's still fun.
And so it started off, and it's still in that same format where the two of us get on a phone I mean, we're kind of fancy now. We don't do it on the phone, but we do kind of still do it in that same
It's like,
format
holla.
where we call each other up and say, "Hey, what's going on?" And we just talk about shit. And you all, as the audience, are having the ability to eavesdrop on our conversation, and that,
Which is terrifying.
and at the
But
beginning,
also,
yeah, welcomed. And at the beginning and at the end, we stop and we say, "Hey," we break the fourth wall and say, "Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us. Hope you come back again for another episode of The Dinosaur and the Dude."
you should do it. It'll be better next time. I'm just gonna say that every time. It's probably gonna be better, maybe
Yeah,
or not. I don't know.
but in any case, if it is or it isn't, it's still going to be the podcast with the shittiest audio but the most amazing content, and
Yeah,
it's
we're
always
not giving
going to
that one up.
have yeah, right. We're never giving up on that. And it's always going to be where she's the dinosaur
That's me.
and I'm the dude, and we love you all. Thanks for listening, and you all are the best. So keep doing that, and we'll do it again next time. We'll just
Yeah, we should do this again.
yeah, we'll include them
I
next
think.
time. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, well, maybe we can have it where people can hear us sometimes if they want to.
Sure.
Which is something we might want to look into in the future.
Nah, fuck them. Okay.
We're kidding.